Hello everyone! Today we're counting down 15 popular strategy games that pretty much every fan knows and loves. From timeless classics to modern hits, we've got something for every strategy lover. So let's get into it.
Nothing personal.
First, we have Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun. It's a tactical stealth strategy game set in feudal Japan, and honestly, it's one of those experiences that stays with you long after you finish it. The characters are incredibly well designed, each with unique abilities that make every mission feel like solving a big, layered puzzle. I love how the game rewards patience and planning, watching guard patrols, setting traps, and pulling off those perfectly timed takedowns feels so satisfying. The story is emotional and surprisingly deep, with themes of honor, loyalty, and sacrifice, which give real weight to the journey. It can be challenging, especially for casual players, but that's also what makes it rewarding. Sure, the camera can be a little bit clunky, but once you get into the flow, the whole experience is unforgettable. Easily a 10 per 10 strategy gem that I'd recommend to anyone.
Half one, strike. My Shogun.
And then we have Sid Meier's Civilization V. It's a turn-based grand strategy and 4X game that many still consider the peak of the series. Even after playing Civ 6 and the newly released Civ 7, a lot of players find themselves coming back here. Why? It just feels cleaner, smoother, and more focused. The mechanics strike a perfect balance, deep enough to keep you hooked but not bloated with unnecessary systems. The pacing is excellent, policies and workers are satisfying to manage, and overall tone and style give it a more serious, timeless appeal. It's also the game that truly embodies the infamous just one more turn trap. You sit down for 15 minutes and end up playing 15 hours. Even 15 years later, with mods like Vox Populi, Civ 5 still delivers what many call the best Civilization experience. Next is Manor Lord. It's a medieval city building and strategy game that blends town management with tactical battles. Even in early access, it has captured a lot of attention because of its beautiful visuals, historical detail, and the freedom it gives you to shape your settlement. The layout system for homes and plot feels surprisingly natural, and there's something very rewarding about building a thriving medieval town from scratch. Combat is reminiscent of Total War, adding weight to your decision when rival lords or raiders arrive. Of course, it's not without flaws. Update comes slowly, the economy can be frustrating, and bugs sometimes break immersion. Still, despite the rough edges, the potential here is massive. Many players already find themselves sinking hours into designing towns and experimenting with trade or farming, which shows just how promising this game is. After that is Hearts of Iron 4. It's a grand strategy game about World War II, but don't expect something simple like Risk. This is a massive world domination simulator where you control politics, armies, and entire economies. The learning curve? Steep doesn't even begin to describe it. Many players joke it feels like weaponized Excel buttons, spreadsheets, and pain. But that's also the beauty of it. Once you start experimenting, you will discover just how deep and flexible this game is. Sure, Paradox DLC model is frustrating, and the full package can get pricey. But even the base game offers remarkable scope. One moment you're rewriting history as Japan or Germany, the next you're downloading mods like Old World Blues and leading super mutants in post-apocalyptic wars. It's overwhelming, yes, but it's also one of the most rewarding strategy experiences out there. This War of Mine is a survival strategy game, but instead of soldiers, you step into the lives of a civilian trapped in a city torn apart by war. And honestly, that's what makes it so powerful. Every choice you make isn't about glory, it's about desperation, deciding whether to share your last bit of food, steal from someone who has even less, or risk your life for a stranger. It's harsh, it's emotional, and sometimes it's downright uncomfortable. What I love is how the game's atmosphere pulls you in. The hand-drawn art, the haunting soundtrack, even the silence, it all makes you stop and think. It's not a fun game in the traditional sense, but that's the point. This War of Mine leaves you reflecting long after you have stopped playing, and not many games can do that.
I approve of these dark deeds.
Total War Warhammer 2 is one of those strategy games that feels absolutely massive in scope. The variety of faction is staggering. You can command anything from swarms of Skaven rats to undead dragons tearing armies apart from the skies. What makes it so special is how differently every race plays. It's not just spearmen and archers anymore. Each faction has its own flavor, mechanics, and wild strategies to master. Now, yes, the DLC model is frustrating. Many players feel like Creative Assembly carved up the game into overpriced pieces. But even without the extras, the base game still stands as one of the best Total War experience ever made. It's packed with content, dripping with Warhammer's rich lore, and endlessly replayable. Evil of strategy, this is a title that delivers depth, scale, and pure chaos on an epic battlefield.
Marathi! Feel my vengeance!
But I was dead before they found me.
Next is Darkest Dungeon. It's a turn-based roguelike that pulls no punches, and honestly, that's both its brilliance and its curse. This isn't the kind of game you play to relax. It's stressful, it's punishing, and it constantly feels like the odds are stacked against you. Your heroes miss attack, stress piles up, and sometimes it feels like the game just laughs at your suffering. And yet, you keep coming back. That's the magic of Darkest Dungeon. It's addictive, like a love-hate relationship where you know it's hurting you, but you can't let go. The oppressive atmosphere, the despair, the frustration, it all works together to create something unforgettable. It's not for everyone, but if you want a strategy game that tests your patience, your planning, and maybe your sanity, Darkest Dungeon delivers like no other.
Be gone, fiend.
Roam the still, cold world.
Then we have Frostpunk. It's a survival city builder, but don't go in expecting a cozy sandbox where you slowly expand and relax. This game is harsh, relentless, and constantly forces you to make tough choices. Do you push your people to work longer hours, risking unrest, or do you hold back and risk everyone freezing to death? That constant balance between survival and morality is what makes Frostpunk so gripping. At first, it feels like a resource management puzzle: coal, food, wood, steel, but soon it turns into a test of endurance, hope, and leadership. The atmosphere is incredible, the music is haunting, and the sense of tension never really leaves you. It's stressful, yes, but it's also rewarding when you manage to not just survive, but actually thrive. If you want a game that tests your decision-making under pressure, Frostpunk is a masterpiece. Then we have Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. It's a medieval sandbox RPG with strong strategy elements. While it's not a pure strategy game, the mix of tactical battles and the kingdom management makes it appealing to strategy fans. You can command troops in large, real-time battles, plan sieges, and make political decisions that shape your faction's power. At the same time, you're also leveling up your character, trading, and forging alliances, which gives it a unique blend of RPG and strategy gameplay. The early and mid-game are often considered the most fun, with exciting battles and rewarding progression. Some players feel the late game drags with endless wars and weaker AI, but mods often fix these issues. Even with its flaws, Bannerlord captures the medieval experience in a way few other games can, keeping players hooked for hundreds of hours.
Soldiers! Get through!
City Skylines is one of the most beloved city building sims out there, offering players the freedom to design and manage the metropolis of their dream. It's a game where your imagination can run wild, but it also teaches you the hard realities of urban planning, balancing budgets, traffic flow, and citizen needs. Many players say it's the best in the genre, even better than its sequel, though the heavy reliance on DLC can feel frustrating. Still, the core game itself is endlessly addictive. You will likely make mistakes early on, polluted water, constant traffic jams, or entire neighborhoods collapsing, but that's part of the fun, and it makes success even more rewarding. Add in the massive Steam Workshop support, and the creativity is virtually limitless. For many, this isn't just a city builder, it's the ultimate sandbox for creativity and problem solving. Factorio is one of those games that doesn't just entertain you, it consumes you. What starts as a simple task of mining resources and crafting machines quickly spirals into a full-blown obsession with efficiency. Players often joke that the factory must grow, but honestly, that phrase sums up the experience perfectly. It's not about building for fun anymore. It's about optimization, automation, and pushing your production lines further than you thought possible. Many say it's addictive in the best way, the kind of game where hours vanish and you don't even notice. What I love most is how it challenges your brain. Every solution feels like cracking a puzzle, and each upgrade sparks new ideas. It's brutally complex, endlessly rewarding, and once you get hooked, there's no turning back. Simply put, Factorio is the ultimate factory simulator. Infinity Original Sim 2 Definitive Edition is a turn-based CRPG that many people call one of the greatest role-playing games ever made. While it isn't a pure strategy title, the game deserves a place here because its tactical combat feels every bit as deep as dedicated strategy game. The system is highly creative, letting you combine elements like fire, poison, water, and electricity in ways that almost feel like solving puzzles. Every decision matters, from the character you create to the companions you travel with, and even the race you pick changes how the world reacts to you. The writing is fantastic, full of humor, drama, and choices that actually shape your adventure. Some players even say they enjoy the mechanics and story here more than Baldur's Gate 3, which is saying a lot. Add in its huge replay value and even Game Master mode, and it's easy to see why so many people love this masterpiece.
Separation from main transport.
Satisfactory is a first-person factory building strategy game that mixes creativity with pure obsession. It drops you on a gorgeous alien planet and basically dares you to cover it with conveyor belts, machines, and mega structures. At first, you're just surviving and crafting by hand. But soon, you're planning massive automated systems that take hours to perfect and is strangely addictive. I love how it feels like Subnautica's beauty, Factorio's complexity, and Minecraft's ability to make hours disappear all rolled into one. The joy comes from both the chaos and the efficiency, building railways across deserts, experimenting with vertical factories, or just sipping coffee while admiring the industrial empire you have created. Sure, it's not a traditional strategy game, but the planning, resource management, and optimization make it deeply strategic at its core. And once it hooks you, it's hard to stop. And next is RimWorld. It's a colony simulation and management game that's as much about chaos as it is about planning. What makes it so addicting is how your carefully thought out strategies can spiral into complete disaster in seconds. Colonists come with their own personalities, moods, and quirks, and that often leads to hilarious or infuriating situations like someone having a mental break over a hat while the colony is starving. Just when things seem stable, Randy Random throws in toxic fallout, a solar flare, or a raid at the worst possible time. Moons take the madness even further, adding everything from lightsaber to genetically engineered super cows, but no amount of tinkering can stop the chaos. That mix of strategy, unpredictability, and storytelling is why RimWorld stands out. It's a survival nightmare that somehow keeps you coming back for more. And last we have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. It's a classic real-time strategy game that's probably everyone's childhood favorite. Legendary in its own right, it challenges you to multitask, think on your feet, and make strategic decisions under pressure. Easy to learn but fiendishly hard to master, it demands constant attention. Every choice from gathering resources to training units, scouting, or attacking can change the course of your game. Online play pits you against a skilled community, testing patience, adaptability, and planning, while single-player campaigns let you control historical figures like Joan of Arc, Genghis Khan, and Montezuma in epic battles across different civilizations. Each civilization has unique strengths, treating a diverse gameplay and rewarding thoughtful strategy. Timeless, iconic, and still thrilling 25 years later, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition remains an RTS everyone knows and loves. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing for more strategy game content. See you in the next one.